so much for staying with the McAllen Cable Network. I'm Roxanne Lerma. We are back in the studio today with yet another edition of Meeting with the Mayor. So we kind of need Mayor Darling for that. Thanks for being with us.
Well, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
So lots going on in our great city of McAllen. Actually, we just met up with some super uber talented kids from our great city and even from Sherryland. So we're starting the MIAC. I know you don't like our acronym. The Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. So tell us about that.
Well, that was great. It was, we had it a couple of years ago and it kind of faded out.
Yeah.
And so it's only as good as the kids coming in too, to a certain extent. So
right.
I wanted to reestablish it. So we had our very first meeting last night, and I made sure we included the Sherryland kids because they're McAllen citizens too.
Right.
We have one high school here, and of course part of the kids that go to Sherry High School live in McAllen. So we had a great first meeting, and I think about 20-something kids, 23 kids. I think 3 kids from each high school, and then IB centers and those kind of things. And so it was very, very encouraging, I think.
So what is the point of bringing back the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council? What do our kiddos get from that?
Well, there's a couple of components. First is they get, I think, pretty good leadership, and so courses. And so we met with the mayor, but we're also going to have the chief of police. It's about we'll go on all the way until May. I think 1 or 2 meetings a month. They're going to do next meeting. They're going to do city departments, learn about their city, and learn about government, and learn about leadership and opportunity to serve nonprofits and those kind of things. And so develop their leadership skills, if you will, and identify them. I remember when I was in high school a long time ago, and
it was just a few years ago.
And I was a student council president. We had the council of presidents, and so all 24, 28 high schools in the county met, and we did the first teen court in the whole United States, and so it was pretty pretty neat. And I didn't realize at the time, but it did help me in leadership roles later on. I didn't espouse to be a mayor or anything like that, but I think it was, looking back at that experience, it was a good experience. And I think it's good for the kids to see what's going on in other schools and those kind of things.
It's a good resume piece too, because I have a son that's a senior and he's going into college. I have another daughter that's in college, and those are the things that colleges look for. So it's got to be really, really good for them as well.
Right. Yeah, and then the component where it benefits the city is, we talked about a couple of years ago in the State of the City is building a future for our kids. And so it's good to get feedback from them and what they think is important. We're not on the same wavelength, I don't think, on a lot of situations.
Right.
And so, what's important to them, what they want, what they need, what they would like to see to either stay here with their education and secondary education or careers or whatever that is, and if not, what it would take to get them to come back. And so I'm excited to hear what they think about our city from their perspective.
That's important because we want to bring those leaders back to our city. Maybe they'll be on the city commission or our mayor or something.
Sure, we presume a lot that what they like, and I'm not into social media, so I don't really know from that standpoint. So I'm excited to hear what they have to say. Okay,
another exciting venture right here next to us.
Yes.
Our research facility is starting to take shape.
Right.
It's coming to our city, so tell us about that.
This is at the Dove campus, which is what the city did is partnered with Renaissance Hospital to develop the property south of Dove, between Jackson and McCaw Road, which was close to the medical school teaching hospital. DHR is the primary teaching hospital.
We did the groundbreaking there.
Right.
So are they actually,
So it's not here yet. So if you drive by, there's bricks and everything else. There's 2 buildings out there, not to be confused. There's a breast center that's just almost complete. It's a 4-story building.
Okay.
And that'll be affiliated with research, et cetera, in that particular area, and it's dedicated to that. This one is kind of a multidisciplinary medical research facility. It's going to be right in the corner, if you will, the southeast corner of the campus. And it's already about 1 story high with bricks and everything else. So it's exciting. And so we had the rendering, show the rendering to the people. But I think the most exciting thing is the research component of the medical school is going to be in McAllen and part of that growing area of northeast McAllen, southwest Edinburgh, and
it's in the
northwest far. And it's exciting because 3 cities are around there. But we want to make sure that McAllen is a part of it, and so we provided. It's about a 45-acre development that'll be that this will anchor that area, and hopefully some will move south and some will move east to Fire and west to, or north to Edinburgh. But we want to certainly be a part of that, and it's going to benefit the whole region. It's just not people that are right there. But the exciting part of it is, you know, I've been in San Antonio several times where I've been at the Health Science Center, San Antonio.
Right.
And I stood in the first research building, and if you look out there, there's acres and acres and acres of buildings now that do research. I think it's 1/3 of their whole economic potential in San Antonio is research. So they always had to start with one building, and so this is our
starter. So we want to blossom out from there.
Yeah, and so I want to, you know, talking about general economic development. I've met with our EDC. We do economic development a little differently in most cities. EDC is a private corporation. The city has a member of the board. We fund it through that, and of course they have then a separate corporation for the trade zone. And then we just started a retail office about 3 years ago. When I got elected, I really wanted a retail office because we didn't do a very good job. We just figured everybody's going to come to McAllen. That's not necessarily true. So we had
not anymore. It isn't.
we had to do research office. So we fund a research office in City Hall, and then a lot of our money goes to building maquilas, you know, the maquila industry, and try to get. We have a lot of logistics on our side. If you've never been down to the trade zone area, Military Highway, you'd be impressed. It's really looks like.
It's completely different now.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know how many.
It's
millions,
not just a warehouse anymore.
You know,
you
there's
know?
millions of square feet of logistic, but there's also General Electric. There's some manufacturing going on there too. So, and we also have the research park down there, the Advanced Manufacturing Research Park, and that's getting underway too. So I really want to focus on research as part of our economic development program. And so I've been talking to MEDC about, you know, let's take a look at that, where we're going to go with it. The other thing we do on economic development is we do some retail economic development, but we do it we don't have a policy, so the city commission does it case by case. And I think we struggle a little bit because of that. So we really want to develop a plan of when somebody comes in, here's what we offer for this kind of retail or business or whatever that is.
More of a broad range rather
exactly.
than. Okay.
So, you know, and so we're going to work on that. And so I thought, well, this is a good time now to push research because we're going to reshuffle kind of everything we do, and hopefully we'll work with the new university in the medical school on the research facilities.
Okay, so switching gears a little bit, you just came back from the international side.
Yes.
You were in Korea again. You're already a frequent traveler in Korea. So what were you doing there?
Well, two things. I'm on the World Technolopolis Association board, WTA.
What?
Technolopolis.
Technopolis?
Yeah. And
okay.
that's it takes 3 years to learn how to say it.
Right.
But at any rate, that's a United Nations, UNESCO organization. And it's 52 countries, about 104 members. And the membership's made up of local government, universities, and industry. And the concept is to push technology to developing countries. And so the president of the WTA this year is from Korea, and they've been very instrumental in it. And so I got on it almost 4 years ago now. We do economic development recruiting trips to Korea annually. The EDC does, McAllen Economic Development Corporation. And when we were out there 3 years ago to talk to some companies, I got introduced to the people that were involved in that and got on the board. Don't ask me. I was going to speak
You're on every board.
I was going to speak at a forum, and now I'm on the executive committee.
Of course you are.
And so, and they pay for my trip all over, by the way, to Korea.
Just a little
United
side note.
Nations pays for that. And so at any rate, I'm on a couple forums and do some presentations. We go to the board meeting. And we were able to, I think, I'm pretty sure to get the next year's forum in 2018 as a joint meeting between the city of Monterrey, Mexico, and McAllen.
So you're bringing the Koreans over here.
First time in North America. Well, at the forum this year, there were 42 countries participating with
Wow.
4,000 people attended the forums.
4,000.
Yeah, and so it's really interesting. I'm on a panel, and the mayor next to me is from Mongolia. And,
wow.
Yeah, he brings his own interpreter. So when you have the forum, since 52 countries, it's pretty, it's quite an endeavor because you have to have interpreters for everybody. You're flying people from all over the world. So
that's a big undertaking.
it takes 24 hours for me to get there to the meeting, and so it's very interesting. But the other component they have is they bring a technology fair in, so they have kids from all universities all over the world come in and show their technical skills, and robots and all kinds of different things. And so that's real fascinating.
I know that folks have to be saying, okay, what is McAllen doing in Korea? I mean, like, what does Mayor Darling take over there? What are you talking about?
Well, the second thing we do when we're over there is we do recruitment. And so we meet with some really parts manufacturers from some manufacturers either in McAllen or in Reynosa. We met with one company that makes little aluminum piping for all the air conditioning for cars and air conditioners. And it's amazing if you get involved in this. A car has thousands of parts. So there may be a company that all they do is produce a spring. They have a factory that produces one spring.
Well, they can come and produce them in McAllen.
Yeah, but there's millions of cars sold, so they produce millions and millions of these springs.
Right.
And so, but there's companies that just, and it's sort of fascinating. So what we do is we recruit generally some from the maquiladores. Some of the maquiladores ask us to get part manufacturers closer to them for logistical purposes. So if there's not a lot of labor involved, and then more and more as you go in these factories, you see there's a little bit that labor keeps shrinking. It's all automated. It's easier to get people to locate in McAllen because labor costs, if there's more automation, less labor costs, it's very competitive. And so one of the things we're working on is those kind of companies especially that maybe don't want to move to Mexico, but they'll consider the United States, and so that's McAllen right across the bridge.
What a great
and
option.
do that. So we met with a magnet manufacturer that manufactures the magnets for small engines. Millions of magnets a day. It's an amazing thing.
Wow.
A pipe beam manufacturer. We met with somebody who's really unique that has a portable X-ray machine. Looks like a Polaroid camera, and very low radiation. So it has two real good applications. One is in developing countries where they don't have a lot of medical facilities. It's a portable, very, very portable. Doesn't even need electricity. It runs by battery. X-ray machine that's used for medical purposes. And then the other thing is very good for industrial because it's very cheap and mobile. And can use for for instance, a circuitry on an iPhone. They would rather look at, make sure it's all, when it's put all together and covered, to see if it works, if there's any problems with it. So this X-rays that, and it's very easy to do. And so the company, because it's so new and it looks like a gadget, I guess, the investors are concerned that people will take it seriously, so they want it manufactured in the United States.
Bring it to McAllen.
Yeah.
We'll manufacture it in McAllen.
And that's all I can tell you about it. But at any rate.
Okay, this is top secret.
Yeah, so companies are very, you know, so we meet with companies over there, so we combine them. Keith and Ralph go with me. And so I do the World Trade, WTA stuff with the UN group for a couple of days, and then we go
And then you do
recruit.
that, and then we go recruit.
And also it's good because we work with KAIST, which is the Korean Institute for Science and Technology. They're very involved in the WTA activity, but they're also very involved with manufacturers. So that's kind of a good combination for us.
You do a 2 for
Been
1.
very fruitful. Yeah, last year we went to Indonesia and Japan. The same thing. We had our WTA meeting in Indonesia, and so that's great. And we beat out Cairo, Egypt, for having it over here in Monterey and McAllen. So.
Okay, so we're going to see it in 2018.
Yeah,
we're hoping.
It's kind of funny. Cairo had, I don't know, 12 million people, and so how many people in McAllen? So, well, 150,000.
You really shouldn't go to Cairo.
Okay.
But we won.
We have more amenities than Cairo, Egypt. There are
Excellent.
great people in Cairo, Egypt, too, I would say. It's very exciting. I was looking forward to going there. But
That's
I'd rather,
okay.
I'd
We
rather
can
be
go to
in
Monterrey.
I'd rather go to McAllen. So.
Excellent. Okay, so lots of exciting things.
Yeah, good Korean trip.
And we have some other projects that we're working on, but you got to tune in next month so you can catch the next meeting.
Oh, I had a really exciting one.
You can't
Okay,
say
right,
it. Not yet. Mayor, thanks for joining us. And we hope that you'll continue to tune in for the City of McAllen. I'm Roxanne Lerma.